Damon from Joie. I'm going to talk you through some of the features and benefits and how to use the Chrome DLX travel system. So it's sold with the carrycot as well as the seat unit. Of course, most people will tend to use the carrycot or pram to start with. Brilliant thing with the Chrome DLX is height adjustable handle. So we have rubber inlays on the handle here that give a more comfortable feel to it when you're pushing with the two hands. Adjustable height handle, so we've got multiple positions. So of course, as you can see, I'm 6'2" and the really comfortable pushing position for this. It will also drop on down so Granny can use it as well. So very big range of use on the handle and very easy to actually operate those different positions. Now, carrycot itself, a lot of people, when it's a smaller baby, will remove it from the frame by using two hands here so they can have a good firm grip on the carrycot, press the two buttons and lift the carrycot straight off, etc. As a child gets heavier, sometimes people will maybe struggle with that if they are smaller in stature for reaching over. So the easiest way then is to place one hand on the top of the hood, ready. Depress one button and just lift it slightly, only an inch, depress the other button and off you go, ready to carry the child straight away. So a couple of techniques for removing it, but whichever one works for you, of course, is best. Now, regarding the carrycot, it's a fully balanced carrycot, so ensure that the handle is locked into its uttermost position, and that ensures that the child will remain perfectly level as we're carrying it, which is quite unique on the market. There aren't that many that actually remain balanced when you're carrying them. A lot will tip to one end or the other. Now, there is an intermediate position on the hood here. That's not for carrying, that is simply for ease of access to getting into the child. And of course we can drop the hood all the way back as well to gain easy access if we need to. Apron's very simple to remove. It is simply a Velcro system. And what's quite nice with the carrycot on the Chrome DLX is the parent has a hidden little section, so we can undo these Velcro bits here and gain access to this wonderful little storage area, room for mobile phones, purses or other valuable items, or of course baby's equipment, but very discreetly and hidden out of the way, so quite a nice little feature to highlight. Carrycot is also fully vented, so as we lift up the mattress here, you'll see in the base section we have ventilated base. It's fabric side, so of course air permeable, so the whole carrycot is air permeable and allows really good airflow. So a great little carrycot there for use. It's also one of the lightest out there for a full-size carrycot. It's only 4 kilos, just shy of 4 kilos in weight. So really lightweight for such a big carrycot. So it's good to get your hands on to demonstrate that to people as to how light it is in comparison again to many others. Now, regarding the frame itself, usage of the frame, obviously we've touched on the height adjustable handle, so very easy regarding adjusting that. The brake system, which of course very important, is again very easy to operate, so just push down on the back side of the brake to drop it on. If you're finding struggle actually engaging it, then as you're depressing that down, just give the pushchair an ever so slight rocking motion, and that allows the pins to align inside of the brake system itself. Taking off, what I class as a flip-flop friendly brake, because you're not having to kick it up, etc., damaging your toes or shoe wear. You can just depress on the opposite side of the brake pedal to remove. Now, as you'll see, the red suspension at the back here highlighted to really emphasize the point it is a suspension product, and you've got suspension at the back, but you also have suspension built within the wheel itself for the front, so you've got an all-round suspension system. Rear wheels are what we would class as a puncture-proof system. So fronts are EVA rubber tyres, the back have a proper rubber sock like you'd find on a bike, but inside it's foam filled, so you'll see you've got that pneumatic style effect, that it's giving that bit of comfort on slightly rougher ground by being able to absorb some of the rough terrain by utilising the foam within it. So really nice little system. Now, if somebody has been out in the woods, etc., building up mud, you can remove all the wheels. So there's just a depress of a button at the back there, grab the centre hub and the wheel will pop straight off. So very easy to remove the wheel, allows people to of course keep all the dirty wheels in a bag, for example in the car, but also if we remove all the wheels can make it a much smaller fold if we're going into a particularly small vehicle. So front wheels, this catch here is the swivel lock, so that stops it swiveling when we move it into the upper position, and to remove it it's just that button at the bottom there that simply pops those off. So if we remove all the wheels and fold down the chassis, folding down the chassis is via these two locks at the top. We'll simply fold straight over. We've now got a very compact unit if we are going into a particularly small vehicle. So really good. It's not really that big when the wheels are on, but for some of the smaller vehicles out there, it can be quite critical to gain as much space as possible when travelling. Now, refitting the rear wheels, there is a little blade on the wheel here on the axle which mates with the axle system on the frame. Now the importance of that is it stops the axle rotating and unnaturally wearing the insides of here, but it just means you have to align that simply with the hole when you're replacing. Front wheels can lock in any position even if the swivel lock is on, because it will automatically locate and lock in place. So really straightforward and simple. Now, popping it back up, there is a closing catch. So we only need to push this out slightly. So it's about 1 centimetre we're pulling out. Don't be tempted to really give it some, you don't need to. So only 1 centimetre. And then as you can see, it's one finger to lift the frame. It is a very well balanced chassis. So compared to a lot where you're assembling them and pulling the entire weight of the pushchair up to get it up, the chrome is very well balanced, so really easy to actually do so. Basket has some extra features in it as well, so it's elasticated, extra compartments at the back, so it allows you to keep your fresh fruit, for example, segregated from baby's items at the back, or even just keeping the car seat adapters hidden away at the back so they're well secure. Now, seat unit that comes with the product can of course fold as you'll get it out of the box, and it makes it nice and small for storing in the boot. But the great thing with this is, as we locate it into the seat unit, we can fold it on the chassis. So again, quite unusual. There aren't that many out there that will allow the seat unit to fold on the chassis. Use the recline mechanism, which is the lever at the centre at the back here, to fold the seat unit forwards. Pull on your closing catches, and that will simply fold within the framework of the unit itself, so it makes it very compact. Once we've folded these prams, what a lot of people will do if they are on public transport, etc., is use it like a trolley. So you can drag it behind you very simply and easily with the nice large wheels. If you were going upstairs, it's very easy to pull up the stairs and transport both child if necessary and pushchair using just one hand. So really handy little feature. Popping it back up again, pull out on the closing catch slightly and lift it up. So again, even with the seat unit on, it's really easy to assemble. We can use these buttons here to eject the seat unit off. For example, popping it back on the other way round. Once we've folded the seat unit back, we can now use any of the 4 different positions on recline. 5 different positions, sorry. Full flat is the from birth mode, but we can utilise any of those positions after that to sit further up. And we have a really nice extendable canopy on the Chrome DLX. So unzip this section at the back there, and that will give you greater coverage when you're using it in the lay flat mode. Can of course be used when the child's sitting further up to act as a real good sun cover, but if the child's awake and wanting to see a little bit more, you can just zip that panel back closed to get a standard sized hood again. Now, using the Chrome DLX when facing parent, we don't need to take the seat unit off again. We can leave it on when we're folding it. So start with the handle just a couple of positions up on this, just so it allows to pass over the hood. Pull the 2 folding mechanisms, and that will drop straight on down again with the seat unit in position. So we need to do that in the lay flat mode. If we did fold it in a more upright position, we've got a rather awkward shape to try and get in the boot, so just ensure it is in the lay flat position. Put it up again, pull on the closing catch. We can literally use one little finger to bring it up, so really smooth and easy to assemble the unit itself. So Only other features to show are to do with the seat unit itself. So the arm bar, or bumper bar as we wish to call it, can be removed. So there's a little button at the side we can press to open up and move out of the way. If we wish to take it fully out, we can fully remove it, no problem. And then as the child is growing, we've got the ability to drop down the calf support. So it really will last the children a long time facing parents. Of course, as the children get older, a lot of the time they want the world facing option when they're a 3, maybe even 4-year-old child. And as we move that into the forward facing option, it brings into action the front footrest section there. So the child's got really good support when they are much, much older in the parent facing away mode. Now, arm bar as well, when facing outwards, can be brought up and is a hinge mechanism, so you don't have to fully remove it. You can open it up to allow loading of the child of an easier method, and then off we go. Okay, so that is your chrome DLX, and hope that worked for you. Cheers.